Fellow Toastmasters, welcome to this session on Vice President Education, VPE. First, a little background on myself. My name is Xin Yin. I joined Toastmasters in early 2018 and have served as different club officers for the past few years, including VPE. Last year, I started to serve on the area level, and you may have seen me as a Zoom master for speech contests as well as for TLI. Although my experience as a Toastmaster officer is still quite limited, today I want to share with you an angle that I use to approach an officer role. I named this session, Whose Shoes Are You In? In English, there is a phrase, think in the shoes of someone else. It means that you try to see, feel, and understand things from the perspective of another person. I love this phrase because when you think in the shoes of someone else, you are ready to open the channel for communication and understanding. As a club officer in Toastmaster, I'm sure your goal is not only to do a quality job for your fellow club members, but also to grow yourself either as a leader or a communicator. Therefore, having this mindset of thinking in the shoes of another person will help you to achieve this goal. And let's see how this is done. This is the agenda for today's session. Before we put ourselves in other people's shoes, let's first talk about the definition of VPE and the responsibilities a VPE carries. Then let's see how thinking in the shoes of different people will help a VPE to do his or her job. Particularly, I want to focus on thinking from the perspective of a guest, a new Toastmaster, a club as a whole, and also the VPE, him or herself. Then we will go to the ending that you probably are already looking forward to. Don't worry, we will get there. What is VPE? In the club constitution for clubs of Toastmasters International, Article 7, Duties of Officers, Section 2, it says, the Vice President of Education is the second ranking club officer and is responsible for planning, organizing, and directing a club program which meets the educational needs of the individual members. The Vice President Education chairs the club education committee. The Vice President Education also serves as one of this club's representatives on the area and the district councils, and shall take no action binding upon this club without either specific prior authorization or subsequent ratification by this club. This is a very long statement. And this statement defines VPE on several levels. First, a VPE is a second ranking officer in a club, a chair for the club education program, and also a club representative on the area and the district level. Second, a VPE can only represent a club with specific authorization from the club. Third, and most importantly, this statement defines the responsibilities of VPE, that is, to plan, to organize, and to direct a club program that meets the educational needs of individual members. Since the needs of individual members may vary at different phases of their Toastmaster journey, it is important for a VPE to understand the differences and adjust his or her services accordingly. Let's start with a guest. At this point, you may think, hold on a second. A guest is not even an official Toastmaster yet. Should a guest be a VPE's responsibility? But remember, all Toastmasters start from guests. Converting a guest to a member is critical for the continuous growth of a club. If so, let's see what a guest may need or want. Do you still remember your first visit of a Toastmaster club as a guest? I still remember mine. Years ago, a friend suggested that Toastmasters could help me to improve my confidence and also my communication in English. I found a club close to my house and I paid a visit. I was nervous when stepping into a meeting room full of strangers. Luckily, I was warmly received. People came to say hi and welcome me. Then they gave me an agenda. Upon checking this agenda, I immediately noticed quite a few weird terms, such as counter, table topics, and combining these terms with Toastmasters, timer, evaluator, and the general evaluator, I figured this is probably a cooking show, just like the one I frequently watch on TV. The only term that seems a little out of place is grammarian. I have to say it's odd to see a grammarian for a cooking show. Then the meeting ran just following the agenda, with people going back and forth from the podium at a speed relatively fast for a guest like me. It did take me quite a while to understand what each person is doing for the meeting and how to properly address them. Even today, Mr. or Mrs. Table Topics Master still remains a tongue twister for me. As you can already see, generally speaking, a guest hopes to feel welcomed and at ease during his or her initial visit. Clearly, this is a collective effort from the whole club. So what a VPE can do for this process? In addition to providing a meeting agenda, a VPE may help to provide a brief description of each functionary in writing and maybe attach this short description to the end of the agenda. Although in every meeting there is a session where everyone will introduce his or her role in the meeting, this writing material will still help to familiarize the guest to the meeting procedure. After the meeting, before the guest leaves, remember to give the guest a guest packet. For club meeting on Zoom, the Toastmasters International provides a digital guest packet called Why Toastmasters. Here I have provided the link, and you can go and check this digital packet and maybe use that to build your own club-specific packet. Can you think of some other ways that VPE can do to help a guest? After a while, if a guest really likes your club and decides to join, congratulations, you have a new Toastmaster in the club. Unlike a guest, in addition to observing the club meeting, a new Toastmaster is ready to do things. They're ready to start their education journey and to find their voice. So the first few months when a new member joins a club is usually the time period he or she may need a VPE the most. If you understand the needs of a new member, let's see how a VPE can do the help. One key to remember at this point is that although a new member is ready to learn and you are probably happy to help, you only want to provide essential information to help the new member be independent and be able to start on their own. You do not want to overwhelm them with information that make them feel lost, burned, or even buried. A good practice at this point is that a VPE should sit down with a new member and walks them through a few critical items, including a general orientation of Toastmasters, a deeper understanding of functionary roles in a meeting, learning of Toastmasters education pathways, and helping the new member find a mentor. Let's go through these items one by one. After observing one or a couple of club meetings as a guest, the new member should have a basic idea of what Toastmaster is. Hopefully, he or she would know that Toastmaster is not a cooking show, but a safe environment where people can practice their public speaking skills. To give them a more comprehensive introduction of Toastmaster, I would recommend 8722 handbook, The Navigator. As indicated by the name, this handbook contains essential information that helps a new member to navigate through their Toastmaster journey. If a new member hopes to understand more and also try different meeting roles, I would recommend another handbook. It's 1167D, A Toastmaster Wears Many Hats. This handbook provides a detailed description of meeting functionaries and also the expectation of each roles before, during, and after the meeting. Where to get these handbooks? Go to Toastmaster International website, that is toastmasters.org, and search for the handbook number. I have to tell you that the Toastmasters International website is a treasure box where you can find most, if not all, Toastmaster-related information. Given the complexity of the website, exploring the website could be a little confusing sometimes. For example, there may be 10 or more different ways you can use to access the Basecamp. However, you only need to know one and use that one well. Once you click on Go to Basecamp, you will be directed to a new page. And this page will contain, obviously, a lot more information. On this page, there is a section called Path and Learning. Here, you will see a list of all the pathways you are currently doing. And if you click on Open Curriculum next to the path of your choice, you will be directed to another page. On this page on the left, you will see all 5 levels for that specific pathway. And on the right, you will see all the projects for a specific level of your choice. If you click on the Launch button next to a specific project, a new pop-up window will show. And on this pop-up window, it contains all the information related to that specific project, including the purpose, the overview, the detailed instructions, the evaluation form, and also the self-assessment before and after the speech. It is critical to let your member know that they need to finish the self-assessment before the system marks the project complete. Here, I also want to point out that although the levels actually are designed to be more challenging and are supposed to be finished sequentially, but a member can choose to complete the projects and the levels in the order of their choice. For example, a member just finished a level 1 and ready to move on to level 2. And at this point, the member happened to finish a leadership project at work and feels that it is a great material for his level 4 or level 5 project. Then, instead of going through all the projects in level 2 and level 3 first, this member can go ahead to finish the level 4 or level 5 project. However, although you can finish the projects in random order, the education level award must be submitted for approval in order. That is, you cannot submit a level 3 award before you submit a level 2 award. As a VPE, if you want to provide a general overview of all currently available pathways and the projects in each pathway, I would recommend the 8077 Path and Core Competencies Handbook. The first page of the handbook shows all 11 currently available pathways and the competencies represented in each path. Starting from the second page, all projects for each level of a specific pathways are listed. For example, the level 2 of dynamic leadership pathway contains 3 projects, and they are understanding your leadership style, understanding your communication style, and the introduction to Toastmaster Mentor. Toastmasters.org provides valuable resources for a new member to start his or her education journey. Another equally important resource comes from the support and the guidance of the club, and in many cases comes from a mentor. Mentoring program is part of the Toastmaster education program and has significantly benefited many Toastmasters. In some cases, a new Toastmaster will be assigned a mentor for a relatively short time period, such as 3 to 6 months. In some cases, the mentor and the mentee have become close friends for life. Finding a mentor for a new Toastmaster could be done in different ways. Sometimes a VPE may assign a mentor. Sometimes a new member may request a specific mentor. And sometimes if the initial mentor-mentee relationship doesn't work out, a VPE may have to find a new mentor. In whichever the case, the needs of a new Toastmaster, the mentee, should be put first. Now we have discussed what a VPE can do to help a new Toastmaster. Let's move on to the VPE responsibilities viewed from the perspective of a whole club, including experienced Toastmasters as well as new Toastmasters. We just talked about the mentoring program. Let's move on to the meeting planning. Planning an effective meeting is a major task for VPE. At this point, many clubs are using different online meeting planning applications, such as Free Toast Host. With these applications, members can easily sign up for their functionary meeting roles, and also the agenda will be automatically generated. Many times, the challenge for a VPE is to get enough people to sign up for a meeting, so there is a full agenda. To achieve this goal, 3 time points could be very important. The first one is at the end of a club meeting. At the end of a club meeting, most members are still there, so this is the best time to sign them up for the next one or next few meetings. Your goal at this point is to fill at least some major roles, such as speakers, evaluators, table topic masters, or Toastmasters. for the next one meeting or the next few meetings. The second time point is 1 to 2 days before the next meeting. Send out a reminder email together with the meeting agenda to remind people to sign up. The last time point is 5 to 10 minutes before the next meeting. At this point, some people may have to be voluntold. You may not find a speaker within 5 to 10 minutes, but you should be able to fill up most of the other functionary roles. Good luck! The second major task for a VPE is to run the club education program. If a pathway training has been properly done with all new members, that is, everyone entering this club knows how to access pathway materials online and how to prepare for their speeches, you already have built a solid foundation for the club education program. At this point, a VPE's job is to promptly approve education awards submitted by club members, to celebrate members' education achievements, and if needed, to inspire some members to continue their journey. DCP stands for Distinguished Club Program. It is a 10 goals set by Toastmasters International to track the annual growth of a club. Of the 10 goals, 6 of them are education goals. Therefore, the quality of a club education program is directly linked to the club DCP performance. By motivating club members to achieve their personal growth, a VPE also helps the club to accomplish the education DCP goals. One stone, two birds. Lastly, let's talk about the speech contest. The speech contest is an annual event participated by thousands of Toastmasters all over the world. It starts from club contests. VPE plays an essential role in organizing a successful club contest. Here, I don't want to go to details on how to do it, but I will refer you to 2 important resources that will help you to do a quality job for club contests. Now you may want to pause for a little while and think what else you can do as a VPE to help your club. As a volunteer, we tend to put ourselves last. And this is also a reason I put VPE at last here. However, I want to point out that only when you, as a VPE, think in your own shoes clearly, you can do a quality job as VPE. Now we have covered how to approach a VPE job from the perspective of a guest, a new Toastmaster, a club, and the VPE, him or herself. As the ending, I want to reiterate the building foundation of Toastmasters. That is the club mission. We provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. And also the Toastmasters International core values, that is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Thinking in the shoes of others is in line with these building foundations of Toastmasters. When you see what they see, when you feel what they feel, you will target other people's needs more accurately and effectively. In return, you grow yourself into a leader with higher accuracy and efficiency. This ends my presentation. Remember to check out other training sessions that contain valuable information to help you to become a better club officer, a better Toastmaster, and a better you. Again, my name is Xin Yin. This is my email. Please shoot me an email if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions. Thank you.